I have with me Elena Villafana Sylvester, no stranger to us here on TTT from F.E.E.L.
Yes.
It's a pleasure having you here once again.
It's great to be here.
And we're going to talk about Autism Awareness Month and some of the work that your organization is doing.
Yeah. Well, you know, F.E.E.L has had a relationship with the Autistic Society since 1993. So we have a long history of working together. And yesterday, the Society held its celebrations for Autism Awareness Month, and we had an opportunity to meet with some of the parents that we do not get to directly interact with on a day-to-day basis, but that F.E.E.L supports. And it was absolutely a phenomenal event. It was fantastic to see so many of the families and so many of the children out there. There was an Easter egg hunt. So it was really a great day of activities.
I mean, from 1993 to now, that is 25 years. That is a long time. So what would you say is the major accomplishment with this partnership?
Well, one of the things that, that we identified in speaking with the families that they really, really valued is the ongoing support that they receive from F.E.E.L. So for many families that have a family member that is autistic, there is a challenge in terms of the financial aspect of family life. So what we find happening is that normally one of the family members needs to stay home to care for that relative that is autistic. And we think of most of the people that are on the autism spectrum. I think in many people's minds it's children with autism. But remember that these children grow and they do not develop. So they grow physically, but in terms of their, in terms of the capacity of many of them to care for themselves, that does not change. And therefore, a family member needs to be home to care for their day-to-day needs, to supervise them on a day-to-day basis. And that is a great area in which F.E.E.L has lent support to the families through the Autistic Society.
So what exactly is done? What does F.E.E.L do?
So F.E.E.L provides donations to the society, which they can then make available to the members of their community. So foodstuff, clothing, general household supplies. We provide things such as appliances, small appliances, items of furniture, etc. So, for example, there will be special cases. So that is the general nature of the supplies that are provided, and then those are distributed to families. But of course, where you have individual needs, where family might be uniquely challenged, then we're able to intervene and assist those special cases in a more diverse way.
Yeah, and things seem to be going well for your partnership with the organization.
Yes, I mean, it really, really has been going very, very well. And one of the things that we spoke about yesterday is how do we continue to expand this relationship and really create opportunities for individuals who are on the autism spectrum. And one of the things that we spoke about is our involvement in education. So many opportunities exist for people on the spectrum, and I think that this is something that the public needs to understand. This is not a one-size-fits-all situation. So when we talk on the spectrum, there are varying abilities. So there are individuals that will always need their hands held, and then there are individuals that actually could function in the workplace and could attend school and be part of the of our regular system. And how do we support the variety of needs that exist? The other issue that that we discussed yesterday was that when we talk about individuals with that have different challenges, that this is not, it's no longer one size challenge. So we think of individuals with autism as they only have autism, but there may be a physical handicap as well. Some individuals may be blind, so that there are multiple issues with which you need to treat, and those need to be treated with individually as the circumstances arise. And how can we, as a national community, support those various challenges?
Because people who may be autistic, they are phenomenal in their own right. I mean, we had some guests on the program, and they play instruments, they make stuff, they are very handy. I mean, they're brilliant.
Yes,
so we need to work to develop them.
Exactly.
And assist them in their development, I should say.
Exactly. And how do we harness those gems? And I think that is one of the greatest challenges that we have in terms of Trinidad and Tobago, is that we kind of put people in buckets and want them to stay there. And we really need to broaden the way in which we approach these challenges.
Yeah. Contact information for F.E.E.L as it relates to this with people
yes.
with autism.
So, of course, they can visit our Facebook page, which is F.E.E.L, TANDT. And they can call us at the office at 624-7758 or 624-7808. And our email address is F.E.E.L Trinidad and Tobago, all spelled out, at gmail.com.
All right, thank you very much, Elena Villafana Sylvester, for joining us this morning, talking to us about the great work F.E.E.L is doing as it relates to assisting people who are autistic.